This is simatwaeric. Today we are highlighting some principles that con men, call them manipulators or persuaders, always use to take advantage of other people. After actually reading very many books on manipulation, there is one book called Influence by somebody called Cialdini Robert. Then there is also another book that today we are analyzing called The Art of Manipulation by a guy called R.P. Spatzman, and many other books about influence. When you read these books, you know that there are some principles that these manipulators or con artists always use to take advantage of other people. So today I'm highlighting some 10 principles that these manipulators use to take advantage of other people. So that from today, actually you don't be a symbol prey for these manipulators taking advantage of you. Because research actually is indicating that actually 95% of the population tend to manipulate the rest 95% of the population. So today we are highlighting some of these principles. Number one principle that I would want us to be aware of is a principle on offer. Whenever you find out that there is an offer about something, always know that offer does not mean favor. It's not that you're being done a favor because there is that offer is there for that item. It's either because that item was not selling or it was overpriced initially. That is why they have decided to reduce the price, because it was being overpriced. So don't be taken advantage and be under pressure to buy anything that is said to be on offer. That is number one principle. Number two principle is about offer emphasis. When you see something, somebody is asking for something from you or a favor from you, but he's emphasizing the goodness of you serving him or for you getting him whatever he wants, then overemphasis should be an indication that this guy is about to con you. Because anything that is logically right should explain for itself. Somebody should just express it at once, then you understand it. But when you see somebody overemphasizing something, then likely you know that that guy is about to con you. Number three is a principle on contrast. It's actually called contrast principle. Whenever you see, you go to a certain vending retail shop, then you find something, you ask for the price, then you are being told a very huge price for that item. Then when you decline to buy it, then again they ask you, there is another type of this item, would you maybe mind to see it? Then they show you another item of the same sort but a different company, but selling at a lower price. Because of that killed consciousness, that you think now because you failed to buy a bigger one, you will also fail to buy another item of a lower price. So you'll be forced to buy this item with a lower price. That is conmanship. Always know that there is that person wants to con you. That is a trick playing on your mind. The number three is on reciprocation. You have always been told that there is nothing like a free lunch. That whenever somebody just offers you something for free, be careful. He's more likely to ask you for something bigger in return of that small thing that he gave you. Because human beings generally are wired in a way that when somebody have done something good to you, you also tempted. You are always tempted to do something also good to them. That is reciprocation principle. So always be very careful and avoid free gifts or free offers, because it's a bait actually to take something bigger from you. That is number three. Number four. Actually, we're going to do number five. Is about commitment and consistency. It has been established that anybody whom you have done good in previously is likely again to ask you to do something even more big. Like you offer somebody something today, because you have proved that you can offer him something, likely on the next time, be very careful with those people that you have already assisted them once, because they are likely to come now and demand something even more bigger, because actually you had initiated. So it's about consistency. They have realized that this person is a giver, so the next time they are likely again to ask you for something big. Be careful about that. That's number five. On number six, principle is about liking. Actually, the people who tend to manipulate others or con people are not the people that are enemies. The people you like, always mark that, the people you like always seem to have a upper hand in manipulating you. So always take care of those people that you like, either your friends or the people you you work closely with or you go along well with. Those are the people who are likely to con you. An enemy or a stranger may not have a upper hand at conning you. On number 7 principle is about authority. People on authority. You find somebody dressed in a police uniform. If that person asks you for anything, you are very likely not to doubt those people, because you think they are people in authority. They are people that have been given that responsibility to undertake those whatever things that they're asking you to do. So be very careful and always try to prove or to seek an identification from those people who appear to be, those people who are dressed good. You have heard that the people who con other people are people who seem to dress more better than even the rest of the population, because they are seeking to have authority, so that whenever they ask you to do something, you are likely to believe them because of their dress code. So always be very careful with the people who are dressed like being in an authority. Then number 8 principle is on social proof. Sometimes something is being sold to you, but some other people are being given airtime to give testimonies on how good that item is or how good that deal is. Some people say, oh, I've benefited, I tried it and I benefited this way. I tried the other, I tried this from a certain time and I benefited. This is what I have as courtesy of accepting that deal. Whenever you see so many testimonies projecting something that as a good deal, always be very careful. You are likely to be a candidate of conmanship. So always note that. Number 9 is actually on. Number 9 is actually on scarcity. I almost forgot about it. Scarcity. Whenever something is said that this thing is scarce and actually the only remaining is this one that you're seeing is the only remaining, the rest has gone, then always know that these people wants to con you, because they say that it's a scarce, so that you think that now when you miss this opportunity of buying this item, then you are not likely to have any more items of the sort. Always know that scarcity, whenever the word scarcity is used, always know that those people want to manipulate you, so that you become under pressure, or you become so much eager at owning that thing because you think it is scarce and it's not available. Always note that. That is actually 10 principles, but as we finish, let me give you one bonus called a lucky day trick. This is a trick that most Indians use in their businesses. Like you go in an Indian shop, then you find a suit. You say, I want this suit. How much is this suit? Whenever you ask an Indian, then he pretends like he doesn't understand the price of that suit. Then he asks somebody pretends to be in the store, and this Indian now pretends to be asking that person, James, how much is this suit? This blue suit? Then he says, actually, 2,800. Or let's say 4,800. Then this guy, the middleman tells you, they have said it's 2,800. And actually, whatever you heard the guy from the store saying is 4,800. Then the Indian man pretends like he did not hear the man speaking about the price of the suit. Then he says, it's 2,800. So in your mind now, you know that the Indian man has not heard the price as James called out. So because of that, you think now you are lucky that the Indian man has not known the price. Then you rush into giving that 2,800, thinking that you have conned the Indian man. Actually, when you realize later, that suit would even have gone to at 2,000 shillings. But because of you thinking that maybe now you have conned the Indian, you hurry so much to paying that, so that you go before when James comes and indicates the price correctly as 4,800. That is the principles that this con men use. I don't know what you think, and I'll be eager to hear your comments. Please subscribe and share and leave a comment so that we continue this discussion. Asante sana.